A study on film support services in KZN. The KwaZulu-Natal province is one of the top 3 film production destinations in South Africa, with its film industry contributing 464 million rand towards the provincial GDP as of 2020. Since the establishment of the KZN Film Commission in 2013, the province has been implementing initiatives aimed at growing this sector. But it is faced with major growth constraints, such as infrastructure, skills, funding, and so on. This study was commissioned to take stock of the available support for the KZN film sector in the province. To achieve this objective, this project scope includes profiling the film bodies in the province and nationally and the services they offer, analysis of quality and quantity of support provided to the film sector measured against the performance of the bodies in the last 5 years, an analysis of the budget or resources spent on the film sector by each organization, an analysis of benefits that have accrued to the film sector from each organization, detail the linkages and areas of synergies of the provincial film bodies, and finally, recommendations on how the bodies can cooperate to further their support to the film sector. The KZN province consists of 12% of South Africa's film businesses and operations. Although it lags other provinces such as Gauteng, the KZN film industry has a unique opportunity to grow. KZN has over the past 10 years seen an increase in production studios setting their base for film production in the province, which has led to many well-known industry faces relocating to KZN to become part of new productions such as Imbeo and Uzalo, which are based in the province. This growth in interest for basing production in KZN is attributed to several factors, such as the strong cultural heritage of the province and the support, both monetary and non-monetary, offered to film industry participants by institutions such as the KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission and Durban Film. The following are the film support categories that the study analyzed. Incubation support, which entails providing film industry participants with a suitable environment that will allow them to utilize cutting-edge industry infrastructure. Support for startups, in which financial or non-financial is provided to emerging companies to enter and participate in the sector. Pre-seed and seed stage support, which is support to the ideation and feasibility assessments to establish likelihood of production success. The development of products and services, where monetary support is provided through grants, loans, crowdfunding, etc. Financing intellectual property support, where industry participants register their IP to improve their chances of receiving further support. Lastly, social investment and innovation support, where persons from disadvantaged backgrounds are educated on the benefits and opportunities which can be explored in the film industry. Engagements with filmmaker stakeholders were made, and when asked if they had received any kind of film support in the last 5 years, about 65% of the respondents said that they had benefited from various industry initiatives, whilst 35% stated that they had never received any form of film industry support. 50% expressed that they had received support in the form of finances, and the other 50% said they had received non-monetary support. Key challenges filmmakers experience in production stages of the value chain were expressed as follows. Insufficient development of concepts and scripts, which has led to many South African stories being told by teams of foreign producers and directors. In the production stage, filmmakers sometimes experience poor support from local authorities when seeking film permit fees for location use. In the post-production stage, the main challenge is ensuring businesses are compliant with institutions such as the CIPC and SARS. In the distribution stage, local productions account for a small share of box office revenue, and commercial cinemas have a strong urban footprint, leaving peri-urban and outlying township areas underserviced. To address these challenges and to grow the South African film industry, there are several private and public organizations which are committed to providing support to the various segments of the film value chain. The NFVF, for instance, provides support directly to national film industry participants through various initiatives such as the development funding, production funding, bursaries, and marketing and distribution funding. Support provision towards the categories of production and development are the key focus areas of the NFVF, with 60% of their resources over the period of 2015-16 and 2019-2020 being allocated to those categories. Over the same 5-year period, the NFVF funding support has been delivered to a large number of beneficiaries in the various categories, with over 1,500 supported stakeholders. The Department of Trade, Industry and Competition provides support to the South African film value chain through its Film and Television Production Incentive Scheme that aims to improve South Africa's creative and technical skills base. Close to 50,000 jobs were created over the 5-year period, with the 2015-16 financial period resulting in the largest number of annual jobs being created. The National Department of Sports, Arts and Culture is one of South Africa's major support providers to the film industry at all the levels of the value chain segments. The department's budget allocation for film support has experienced an average annual increase of 5.25% between 2015-2016 and 2019-2020 financial years. The department, however, does not provide monetary support directly to specific projects, but allocates funding to organizations and agencies that have a mandate to identify projects to support. At a provincial level, the KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission has markets and festival initiatives aimed at ensuring that KZN becomes a global destination for film production. The KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission also offers marketing and distribution funding, learnership programs, offering accredited qualifications, together with various other learning programs and production funding. The Durban Film At hosts finance forums annually, Talents Durban, a training and development program that brings together Africa's rising film professionals and jumpstarts an incubator program. The KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission Support Assessment. The support is split between the following categories: production and development, skills, incubation and industry development, film industry transformation initiatives, MICT learnerships program, EDTA Women and Youth Funding, KZN Film Infrastructure. Production and development make up a significant amount of the budget allocation of KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission support. In 2017 to 2018, expenditure on production and development was about 27 million rand, which comprised just over 70% of the total expenditure. KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission also has a marketing and projects umbrella, which comprises of support initiatives for advertising and promotions, film festivals, branding and marketing, and audience development. Beneficiaries were also supported in the form of bursaries provided by the KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission. Between the period of 2014-2015 and 2019-2020, there were 179 bursary recipients and 55 graduates who benefited from this bursary scheme program. The total budget which was used to finance the bursary program amounted to over 7 million rand in the 5-year period. To empower small film industry participants across KZN, the KwaZulu-Natal Film Commission runs an incubation program which focuses on providing support to SMMEs as well as youth and women-owned enterprises. Between 2015-16 and 2019-2020, a total of 53 enterprises were supported through the incubation program. The success of the film industry is largely dependent on inter alia, the state of readiness of the support recipients, accessibility of support, as well as the coordination between the various support providers to avoid wasteful resource allocation. In conclusion, KwaZulu-Natal film industry has, since 2013, experienced noticeable growth, which is largely attributable to the establishment and rollout of wide-ranging support service initiatives that are targeted at all parts of the value chain. Despite the positive outcomes from the support provision in terms of job creation and GDP contribution, there are several gaps identified in the KZN film support ecosystem which need further attention. Therefore, recommendations have been made to ensure that optimal outcomes are realized from the resources invested in growing the KZN film industry. The successful implementation of these recommendations would result in improved resource allocation across all the stages of the value chain. Our recommendations are as follows. Skills development and training workshops on film concept development are essential to counter the insufficient development of concepts and scripts. The facilitation of networking opportunities for successful mentorship arrangements to tackle the lack of mentorship by larger and more experienced organizations within KZN. Provide information and support to municipalities to help them to reduce their turnaround times in the processing of permits through a range of social media platforms and through KZNFC's website. Assist filmmakers in complying with the requirements for institutions such as SARS. Lobby for the review of policies and establishment of local quotas to increase the local production's share of the box office revenue. Introduce and expand on sustainable audience development programs as a way of increasing the support base for local production films, which can greatly alleviate the problem of commercial cinemas having stronger urban footprint. Increased research levels and targeted initiatives that could help the industry respond effectively to adverse global trends and capitalize on positive ones. Finally, it is important to note that many of these measures will not require significant government funding, but rather involve simple incentive measures, better coordination of current initiatives, improved information provision, and the removal of restrictive bureaucracy. For further information about film support systems in KZN, please visit our website at kznfilm.co.za. Our kingdom is your stage.